Joined by head coach Kevin Griffin of Eastern Mennonite University women's basketball. They were picked number 3 in this year's preseason poll. Coach, last season you were one of 2 teams to make it to the NCAA Tournament. You got an at-large bid. Talk a little bit about last year's experience and how that can impact this year's team.
Well, we're hoping that the kids that were involved in that, carry over just the attitude and the expectation that this is something that we expect to happen again, regardless of who's here and who's not. And I guess that's the biggest thing, is that a lot of them do have experience playing in it. They have experience in just expecting to win. So we're hoping that that infiltrates into the new group that's joined us. Experience
is the name of the game for the Royals, and it was last year, coming into this year as well. 10 players averaged 10 minutes or more last year. This year you've got 7 of them back. What have you seen from your returning players so far in preseason practice?
Well, one of them we're just glad to have back. She ended her season last year with an ACL injury, and that's Marla Zumfeld, and she sort of came out of nowhere to a lot of other people. So we're excited to have her back, and then just their ability to bring a work ethic every day. They understand that this is a process, it's a journey, and it's not, we're going to have a few good days or a few good practices. That what happens in February and March starts now, and it's got to be a daily process, and that's a grind, and it's hard for young kids to see that. But we're hoping those 7 kids that have done this multiple years, can lead them in that regard.
Speaking to the depth of your squad, you've got 2 all-conference players back from last season, and they weren't full-time starters for you at all times last year. Talk a little bit about what you expect to see out of the 2 of them.
Yeah, I think they have embraced the challenge of they want to start, they want to be leaders. I don't think they necessarily care if they start, but Jess started a few games because her sister got hurt, so I think she's enjoying the added responsibility and weight of not just playing time or minutes or points or any of that stuff, but just the idea that they're counting on me now more than before. Shakira is the other all-league player we have. Shakira doesn't really care if she starts or doesn't start. She's a pretty unselfish kid in that regard. We're trying to communicate to her that we're going to need you to play more minutes than you have in the past, because there are some pieces that are gone.
Even though you have so much depth back on this year's squad, there's always a need for new players coming in. What's a new name we could hear come out of Royals basketball?
We have several that we think are going to play a good bit. Simone Moore, she's a kid from Covington, had a great high school career. Manisha Walker is a kid from Brunswick, had a great high school career. Brianna Zook played on a team that played in the state championship at Broadway High School. I'm probably going to leave somebody out, but those are just a few of the names that we're expecting big things from. Jasmine Carter is a kid from Oakton High School. She played on the state championship. So we have kids that have won in high school, and that's been a good thing for us, because they just walk in and expect to win again.
We talked about your at-large bid into the NCAA Tournament a little bit earlier. Over the last 2 years, it's been 2 teams in for the ODAC each. Talk a little bit about what you see for the conference right now, what that progression means for the league and for the teams in the league.
I think the biggest progression is, and we're guilty of this, is now it's time to not only go, and we're glad that multiple teams have went or have gone, but we need to do something when we get there. And so that's the next progression. The progression is we're getting multiple teams in, which is a great accomplishment. Now we have to do something. Unfortunately for us, we realize that in our region it's Christopher Newport and then others like them, but we realize that some of the best teams in the country are in our region, and our league is shooting for that. We don't want to just be good in our league. We want to be good not just regionally, but nationally.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for joining us today. Good luck this season.
Thank you.